Hi everyone, Dr. Suneel Dhand, internal medicine physician. Welcome to another video. Within the last few days we have had a series of dramatic headlines across the mainstream media, especially in the United Kingdom, regarding a deadly virus which is potentially making its way to the shores of the United Kingdom and the United States. This story took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting it. It's a very rare condition. Let me share the story with you here. So here's the article in the Daily Express in the United Kingdom, the first article I want to share with you. Urgent warning over deadly virus spreading across Europe, biggest threat to public health. New cases of the infection have started to slowly move across different continents, with the disease confirmed in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. That seems like a very dramatic headline. What's this story all about? An urgent health warning has been issued after a deadly disease has spread across Europe in what has been described as the biggest threat to public health. Called Crimean-Congo hemorrhagic fever, CCHF, the disease has recently broken out in Iraq and Namibia. Meanwhile, there have been some deaths reported in Pakistan, and scientists have warned that it was highly likely the disease could soon reach Britain, according to insiders speaking to Parliament's Science, Innovation and Technology Committee last week. During the hearing, a representative of Cambridge University said that CCHF may travel to British shores through our ticks at some point. So that's interesting, through ticks. So the same way that diseases like Lyme disease, babesiosis, ehrlichiosis are spread. Let's learn more about the disease. Well, according to the article, the disease is norovirus, a condition which is spread by ticks, and according to the World Health Organization, one that has a grim fatality rate between 10 to 40%. So that's norovirus, not to be confused with norovirus, and that mortality rate, 10 to 40%, is massive. For some perspective, let's compare that to the pandemic virus over the last few years, which is believed to have had a mortality rate well under 1%. Typically, this condition, CCHF, is found at small stages in Africa, the Balkans, the Middle East, and in Asia. So far, no recorded outbreaks in the US have been reported, but in a worry for scientists, the disease could be expanding out of its usual territories and moving towards the likes of Britain and France due to climate change. So the authorities are blaming climate change for this spreading disease. But let's learn more about the actual symptoms. The World Health Organization notes that CCHF is among the 9 priority diseases it ranks, a system that lays bare the biggest public health risks. Among the virus's symptoms include headaches, high fever, back and joint pain, stomach ache and vomiting. In severe cases, jaundice, mood swings and sensory perception are encountered. And then they talk about some statistics here with some high numbers reported in Iraq. 100 additional cases and 13 deaths were so far in 2023 attributed to the toll in Iraq. So this story wasn't just reported in the Daily Express, it was reported across other news outlets as well. Take a look at this. Here we have a headline in the Daily Mirror, symptoms of killer virus spreading across Europe and it's highly likely to reach the UK. Here's another one from a European news outlet. Climate change is helping this new deadly virus to spread across Europe. So I always find it interesting when you get a story like this that is published across news sites at the same time. Here we have a situation where the authorities seem to have already drawn the conclusion that it is climate change that is driving this particular illness to spread. That's the conclusion. There doesn't seem to have been any intense debate about it. That's what they are saying. And the articles seem to be as much about climate change as they are about this disease itself. But in the interest of all honesty, this is a very rare disease that I had barely heard of before. So let's learn more about the disease. Now I know that what the WHO, World Health Organization, says can often be quite controversial and you wonder how much politics drives a lot of what they say. But let's take a look anyway at the World Health Organization website, what they say about this illness. So here we have their section on Crimean-Congo hemorrhagic fever. As the article said, actually, it's a viral hemorrhagic fever usually transmitted by ticks. It can also be contracted through contact with viremic animal tissue where the virus has entered the bloodstream during and immediately post-slaughter of animals. CCHF outbreaks constitute a threat to public health services as the virus can lead to epidemics, has a high case fatality rate, there you go again, 10 to 40%, potentially results in hospital and health facility outbreaks, and is difficult to prevent and treat. It's endemic in all of Africa, the Balkans, the Middle East, and in Asia. So very similar to what the initial article said there. They probably got a lot of their information from this website. And here they do talk about the symptoms again: fever, muscle ache, dizziness, neck pain, backache, headache, sore eyes, and photophobia, that's sensitivity to light. They also add some GI symptoms, followed by potentially mental status changes, including sharp mood swings and confusion. And they've listed a few other clinical signs here, including a fast heart rate, swollen lymph nodes, and a rash. There is usually evidence of hepatitis, that's liver inflammation, and severely ill patients may experience rapid kidney deterioration, sudden liver failure, or pulmonary failure after the 5th day of illness. And treatment, like with a lot of viruses, is mainly supportive, and they've said here the antiviral drug ribavirin has been used to treat CCHF infection with apparent benefit. Both oral and intravenous formulations seem to be effective. And there are no jabs widely available for human or animal use. That's right now anyway. So that is quite a dramatic story about this particular illness spreading to the shores of Western Europe and potentially the United States. So let's see what happens. I remember this time last year, monkeypox was the thing in the news. Remember that? There were so many articles about it. The news was really heavily focused on that. A lot of people, their radar is up after what's happened over the last 3 years to any new potential infections spreading. But let's see what happens with CCHF over time. Is this going to become a thing? Is it going to fizzle out? Only time will tell. But certainly, the mainstream media seems to be very concerned. Let me know your thoughts down below. Check out my online academy and my Uncensored platform. Those links are also down below. My goal is to bring you the news, bring you important health stories, bring you important educational information. And I want you to really think things through and come to your own logical conclusions as well. Hit the like button if you like this video and the bell button for more similar videos in the future. We will talk again very soon.